Hello, and you are listening to the Book Was Better podcast, the podcast where we talk about the book of the film. I'm Luke.
I'm Violet.
And this week we're talking about Camp Rock.
Hey you, put down the popcorn and turn on the light. It's gonna be alright, my friend. In the end, take my hand. Trust me, the book was better.
Violet, you asked me a question just before you arrived.
Oh, yes, I did.
Do you remember what that was?
It was.
Do you want to ask the listeners?
Okay, are you guys ready to get Camp Rocked?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Holy crap, a camp just full of rocks. Can you even imagine it?
No.
How fantastic would that be?
It's so good.
I looked at the cover, and I thought, I would call this book Camp. But, no, Camp Rock. This is the place where you go to get away from it all and just rock out. Had you heard of this or seen it?
Oh, I have. I worked in a video store. I don't know if you remember these things.
Yeah.
You remember them.
I'm about 56 years old, so...
Well, anyway, they had these stores where you could go there and you could rent a video, and it could be for a week or 3 days or overnight, and then after a amount of time you, had to return.
You had to return. That sounds like a lot of hard work to our younger listeners. They're just like, you already lost me at the decision about the 3 days.
I didn't really get it either. But anyway, I was there when Camp Rock was released. We had a big poster. The Jonas Brothers had just been introduced to the world, I guess. And yeah, I never got to see it until recently.
Speaking of camps, did people camp out to be the first to rent Camp Rock?
No, it didn't happen.
No big rush. No. I didn't even know who that... I'd heard obviously of the book. I'd heard of the Jonas Brothers, but I couldn't have picked them out of a lineup. I still don't think I could.
Oh, really?
Now I've seen the film, so I didn't even realise that there were Jonases in this until a little bit into it.
Yeah, no, I know the Jonas Brothers.
But look, this is a Disney classic, sort of, I guess, expanding upon the success of things like High School Musical. It was a direct-to-TV movie. Oh, I should do a little disclaimer. I want to do this a lot more often when it's stuff that's aimed at kids. Like, this is aimed at kids.
Yes, of course.
So it's kind of dumb and mean of us to read this thing for kids. It's target audience that actually love it, and it's been quite successful, and to make fun of it. So, look, if you are a young person and you have found this by searching for Camp Rock on the internet, then, to be fair, we've probably got a lot of the Camp Rock fans would have grown up by now, I think. But if you are a younger person, this isn't for you. This is an explicit podcast in iTunes. We're cynical adults making fun of things, and hang on to your happy childhood Camp Rocks, because we're a bit mean about these things. That said, I wanted to do it because these films are always entertaining. Disney always delivers. I just always am amused.
Yeah, they are. It was amusing. It was fun.
It's like a weird mirror world.
Yeah, it is. It's a world where I imagine, like, they film Kmart or Target ads, and I don't know, I imagine these rocks are paper mache, and nothing is real. Yeah,
do you feel that it's easy for us when we see movies that came out at a time when we were alive and we see the fashion and the hairstyles and everything to go, that's ridiculous. That's really, like, people don't walk around like that.
Yeah.
But then when we see something from an era before us, like the 60s, 70s or whatever, we go look at the clothing and stuff in movies and go, well, that's what everybody wore.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, was that the same in the 70s and 80s, that people in that time were watching those movies going, people don't really dress like that, that's crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is movies always a heightened version of it? I guess there were people with hair like the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like that's sort of the beginning of hair straighteners, for sure. I mean, who's that guy?
That's, which Jonas? I don't know.
One Jonas. Well, I mean, I think that they all do this. All the Jonas Brothers must have curly hair, and they straighten them. Actually, I know they have curly hair.
Well, yeah, we got a bit of a clue to that later on in the, in the readers' comments. All right, well, look, let's get into this. It's by Lucy Ruggles. That's a nice name.
It is. I like it.
Very comfortable, friendly name. She's author of original Camp Rock spin-offs as well. Like, not even fan fiction, these are official. Further adventures with names like Rock Royalty. She's also the author of a book called You Again and a book called Minutemen. And listen to this. 3 high school students perfect a time machine which they use to travel back and help kids who are being bullied. But when they accidentally open a black hole, they suddenly need to figure out how to save the world. So many questions.
I don't know.
To begin with,
that.
Minutemen, I thought it was about premature ejaculation.
Exactly.
Which might be why these kids are getting bullied, I don't know. I just wonder, how do they help? I mean, this is a good blurb because it makes me want to read the book.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, do they teach them to stand up and stuff? Or do they say to them, look, you know, walk a mile in this person's shoes, check your privilege, bro, this person's bullying you because of their life and you need to help to understand that? Or do they just, like, come through a wormhole and beat the shit out of the bullies?
Yes, that's what I want to know. Yeah, exactly.
And if they do that, did they then end up with this, like, bunch of scared, timid adults who never stick up for themselves because they're always expecting to be bailed out
by the Minutemen.
Yeah.
And it's also a thing, it's like the bullied becoming the bully.
Yeah.
They never heard of that.
Yeah.
They didn't think it through.
So I'm curious, I might read that one just for fun in my spare time. Because I don't read enough ridiculous books as it is. Alright, this is Camp Rock. Here's the beginning. Let's do this just bit by bit. Mitchie up! Connie Torres commanded as she stepped through the piles of clothes and CDs on her 14-year-old daughter's bedroom floor. Last day of school, she clapped her hands cheerfully before disappearing down the hall.
In the bed, Mitchie stirred and groaned. Her hand shot out from under the covers and grabbed a CD labelled Mitchie's Tunes from the bedside cabinet. Without looking, Mitchie popped the disc into the CD player and pushed play.
Instantly, the chords of a pop song filled the room. It featured vocals by none other than Mitchie Torres herself. As the beat intensified, Mitchie threw off her covers and jumped out of bed. She pulled her long brown hair back and, singing the words she knew by heart, she opened the wardrobe and peered in. I've got a lot of questions already. Firstly, I laughed with the CD labelled Mitchie's Tunes. I mean, how many songs does a CD hold? I thought it was her favourite, like, best of to begin with. It makes more sense when you realise they're her original songs. But otherwise you think, you know, she's got one CD and that's her favourite. You know, like their whole CD rack has 3 CDs and it's like Mom's Tunes, Dad's Tunes, and Mitchie's Tunes. Yeah, don't want to mix them up. But then she's listening to herself to sort of pep herself up in the morning. I don't know, I should try that. My alarm to go off with, hello, you're listening to the Book Was Better podcast.
And I think,
be like, yeah.
Well, that's why she's so happy. Try it out.
Yeah,
maybe.
I might do. And then I mean, look, she's got a lot of energy and a lot of pep in the morning. She's got that special Disney juice happening.
Oh, yeah.
She tries on about 15 different outfits in a montage, writes a song, and in the film she also jams on the keyboard. And that wasn't enough. She then picks up the guitar and jams on the guitar, all before breakfast/school. So does she get up at like 3 a.m. in order to fit?
I think so.
I feel like hours passed.
I guess it's Disney World. Or Disney, sorry, that doesn't make sense now.
I meant Disneyland.
The world of Disney? No,
Yeah.
I'm just sticking myself into
Tokyo.
Disney Hole.
Yeah, Disney Hole.
Disney Black Hole.
Oh, yes. Disney's Black Hole. Great movie. Very cool robot
Anyway, my
designs.
point is the sun doesn't sink.
That's right.
Doesn't
Oh, yeah.
rise in this black hole.
And it's got an animated face.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in Toontown in Who Framed Roger
Yeah,
Rabbit.
yeah, that's-
The sun just boings up into
Yeah,
the air.
exactly. That's her world. That's Mitchie's world.
Oh, now I'm just disappointed that animated birds didn't put all their clothes on her. That would have been lovely. So this is Demi Lovato, the actress.
Okay.
Is
Yep.
Demi Lovato a thing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Because I sort of like Googled and she's still singing and
okay.
doing stuff, and I think she's like a singer rather than an actor. I thought you'd know because you're young.
No, I don't know. I mean, I know the Jonas... No, yeah, I've established that I know the Jonas Brothers, but...
Personally.
No. No.
No, not yet. All right, Mitchie plopped down at the kitchen table and began to scoff down an omelette. On the television, an entertainment show discussed the most recent antics of Shane Gray, a musician and hottie. Both of those things. Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, like to be... Normally, like a musician... Don't you think, like... I might be wrong here. You might prove me wrong with all these examples. Musicians are generally ugly, but, like, singers are hotties.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, they're really talented.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the lead singer will be hot.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say, like, take Nirvana. So,
yes.
Kurt Cobain is really hot, but Dave Grohl, you're just like,
And then the other guy, like, look at him now. Have you seen him recently? No. He looks like someone's dad.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's like a big, bald, chubby guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And it's like, Taylor Swift, she's not... Does she play an instrument?
Yeah, she plays guitar.
Okay. I don't know anything about anything.
Neither do I.
She plays the man flute.
I've seen a picture of her holding a guitar, so I just assumed.
I've seen a picture of her.
Okay.
That's about my knowledge. Anyway, Shane Gray here is a member of Connect 3, which is the Jonas Brothers. Mm. And sort of like an alternate reality Jonas Brothers, I suppose. And he has the backstory here is he has to clean up his act because he stormed off set when someone gave him a grande non-fat latte instead of a venti soy chai latte with extra foam. I've heard about some bad boys in the music industry, but this guy, he's out of control. He's off the chain. Shit.
Man.
Oh, man, bad example.
It is.
To all these young fans.
It is, exactly, walking off stage because you didn't get your soy chai latte. I think
all these
I can
caffeine-fueled fans.
Exactly.
Fuck.
But the thing is, hold on. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, I can see why he's angry. I mean, there he was. He doesn't actually drink caffeine. He wants a soy chai latte, so that has no caffeine in it.
Yeah, right.
And it's soy. And he's gotten something that does have milk. It's non-fat milk.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah, he's lactose intolerant and he can't drink caffeine. And he's just gotten something that is skim milk and caffeine. He can't drink milk.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm on. I didn't put this together. Your coffee knowledge here has really sorted this out because what you're saying is this is a guy. His body's not used to caffeine.
Exactly.
He's basically, if you've seen Mark Ruffalo go all Hulk, that's what's happening inside his head right now.
Exactly.
So tensions are pretty tense, and it's hard to sing your hit songs when you've got the shits.
Yes, of course. And also, we saw Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
You do have superpowers if you're a vegan. He might be vegan, hence the soy chai latte, and...
Once punched a hole in the moon, now he can't.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
sucks. Mitchie, speaking of things that sucks, she really wants to go to Camp Rock because she believes it will make all her dreams come true, which is like the Disney motto, really. Mm. So she leaves her mother hints in places that only a woman would find them.
So you have no knowledge of how this brochure got into the refrigerator? Her mother asks. Or the one taped to the vacuum cleaner?
These pamphlets that you've put inside your dirty underwear. That you stuck inside the bowl of this filthy toilet.
Well, I like how it's also in the kitchen. Or
it's all places where mums go. Mums deal with, when mum's vacuuming the floor, she'll find this. But look, it's sad because the truth is they can't afford the camp. Mm. And I feel like so many kids Disney TV films before, it's not just Disney, it's all the films aimed at kids that are kind of successful. It's aimed at that most lucrative audience, which is poor people.
Yes.
That's why I think they talk about food all the time. Okay. Because there's a lot of kids watching TV with hungry bellies going, it's just like eating food, but watching it. And American kids, of course, value education.
Students were joking with each other as they joyfully dumped old notebooks, tests, and quizzes into the overflowing rubbish bins.
Yeah, may as well just dump all that knowledge. None of these kids are likely to go to college. We're done. What? There's a new class next semester? Don't worry about it. Just get rid of it all. They don't give a shit. I've never even seen, in all these American kids' films, you never see them actually taking a class.
Yeah, you're
right. You see them eating lunch. Lunch is great. They love lunch. Yeah. They do extracurricular activities.
Yep.
They do stuff in the gym, hang out and talk outside lockers. Never do a class.
Camp Rock.
Do you think maybe that's like an American sort of cover-up, like the moon landing?
I think so. I do.
Like, if they actually showed a class, we would see a teacher going, rah, 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 rah. Like, Peanuts was the only one that told the truth about how teachers talk in classes.
Yeah.
And if people watched it and went, oh, that's so funny, that's so satirical. And they went, shit, that was the real thing. We better not show a class ever again. Except Dead Poet Society, right?
Yep.
Is that English?
Yeah, I think so.
I have no idea. We meet Sierra, a lanky girl who is Mitchie's only friend. Poor Demi Lovato. This is the lonely curse of the ridiculously attractive.
Exactly. I mean, she has really nice hair. She has a really good voice, but no friends.
No friends at all. And doesn't that make it even sadder to know that she tried on all those outfits that morning? Like, who was she trying to impress?
Exactly.
Her entire life is futile.
Exactly.
And the popular girls here. Were you in the popular mean girl group?
I don't think so, no.
No? Were there a popular mean girl group?
There was.
Always is.
Yeah, of course.
Did they have a nickname?
No.
These ones are the Queen Bees.
The Queen Bees. Well, that's just, derivative of Mean Girls. We all know that by now, right?
Was this before or after?
That's after.
Yeah, this is 2008.
Yeah. And, I mean, in the whole, movie and novelization, those girls are mirrored from Mean Girls. I mean, pre-Mean Girls, you wouldn't have had Queen Bees, right?
No, well...
Even though it was from a book, but...
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Useless information.
No, this is great information. God,
Right.
these listeners, you should see some of them. They're a blank slate. Anything you can tell them. Elephant's the one with the trunk and the ears. Giraffe's the one with the long neck.
Slow down.
I know. That just blew someone's mind. I'll be at the zoo tomorrow. And we know that we're back in American kids' book because the indoctrination begins. It's been a long time between these, but here we go. The smell of burgers wafted through the house. Following the scent, Mitchie walked into the back garden. Her mother greeted her with a plastic plate holding a large, juicy burger. That's pretty much an American handshake right there. Been a while since. It's always the kids' teen books, just burger central.
Burgers.
All these young, attractive kids, all they eat is hamburgers and pizza, and I'm amazed their face isn't just
acne ridden.
Yeah, exactly. Like a relief map of Mars or something. Crazy. However...
I'll pass, Mitchie said. Feeling slightly nauseous, she had seen enough burgers for one day.
That is un-American. My God, that could get her put in a dark hole with a hood over her head. I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Not cool at all. Mitchie does get a big surprise, though. Her parents are going to cater Camp Rock. They're caterers. Her mum's a caterer. So she can go at the discounted poor person rate. 75% off. You've got to feed everyone. And the catch is she also has to help in the kitchen.
Yeah. Mitchie didn't care. She'd clean the bathroom too, if they asked.
Yikes, not after her mum's cooking. I hope. Not if old Shane Gray gets some dairy into it. I take that off her back.
Yeah, I hope those burgers... Yeah, well, he's vegan, so he can't even eat burgers.
Well, this actually, we joke, but this happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
He comes in later on and he's like, no one got my food,
Yeah,
Elise.
that's right.
What's wrong with these stupid cooks? She's like, you're rude.
Exactly. But,
I feel for him now.
I think I do slightly, but yeah, I do. I mean, he has stomach problems. It really hurts people. It's a real thing. We all have friends
it is a
who
real thing.
are lactose intolerant, celiac, vegan.
Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
to find things for them to eat.
Yeah. And then you go in a camp which is just covered in rocks.
Yeah, exactly. Rocks.
It's a wasteland.
And they give you these burgers.
Yeah.
You have to go into this little cafeteria place and have this smell of meat, and you don't eat it.
An American hamburger is like, a burger in between two pieces of fried chicken.
Oh, yeah, exactly, like the meat to bread ratio. Well, there is no bread.
And a pig's head.
Yeah.
I do like that, unlike this podcast, zero time is wasted in the book. A couple of sentences later, we're at Camp Rock already. It's like, this is called Camp Rock. You're going to Camp Rock. Bam, you're at Camp Rock.
Yeah, very good.
And like all good American teenager films, they are herded into very narrow groups.
The goths had found each other. The hip-hoppers, the emos, the angry chick music girls. Sorry.
Why were they so angry?
I like how it's angry chick, that's girl, and a music girl. They just explain girl twice, yeah. The heavy metalheads, the country crooners, and, of course, the rockers. They're the people that...
Yeah, and the angry chick, not only they're saying girls twice, the description of the music for them is music. They were music girls. There's no theme or style or anything there. And they were angry. So, yeah, I do feel this deck has been weighted in favour of the rockers.
Oh, I actually want to listen to angry chick girl music. Hold on. Angry chick music girl.
Music girls.
Really?
Yeah, go. Angry chick girl music. Angry chick music girl music.
That's what I want to
For
listen
girls,
to.
yeah. That's the
wanna
best
listen to
stuff. And then the camp queen bee turns up. She's the evil rich girl. Rich people are always evil because Disney hates capitalism. Tess is her name. She arrives in a white stretch limo. She's got a rhinestone encrusted cell phone.
Crazy. Tessa's life did seem pretty perfect. She was rock royalty. Her mother, TJ Tyler, had topped the charts more times than Tess could remember.
Yeah, because I'm sure there are plenty of kids in LA who have had happy childhoods due to their rock star parents.
Exactly.
Yes. Waking up, rolling over onto a syringe. Unlike, bloody Mitchie might be poor, but she has a great morning routine. She's a very happy person.
Yeah, she's so productive.
The other thing I noticed, we had the Australian or UK version of this book because mom is mum and cell phone is mobile phone, trash is rubbish, which is crazy to me that they would even bother to
change all those things.
differentiate between
It's nice.
words. Yeah, but it feels weird seeing these people on the cover and thinking that they're saying mum. Me mum. Oh, me mum's cooked up some hamburgers. Oh, and here are the stakes. This is what we're playing for tonight, people. There is a thing at the end of the camp called Final Jam. And you can win it. You can win Final Jam. And if you win it, then... So I had no idea what the...
I don't know.
Oh, no, you get to record a duet with Shane Gray.
Oh, okay.
But they don't make that clear at the beginning.
No, they don't make it clear. Yeah, at all.
And speaking of bad English accents, the camp director is an aging rocker.
I couldn't pick his accent. I wasn't sure if it was Australian or rough English.
It had a bit of that, didn't it? And his name is...
Brown Cesario?
Yeah, I think so.
Brown Cesario, the man said, extending a hand. Camp director / founding member and bass guitar of the Wet Crows.
The Wet Crows. But Brown Cesario sounds like an Urban Dictionary term for a dirty act.
It does. It's...
Like, hello, love, you fancy a bit of a Brown Cesario?
Cesario. I don't know. Well, Cesario kind of sounds like Cesarean.
Cesarean.
So that kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that's when they go in through the back instead of the front. The Brown Cesario. I'm very sorry, Mrs. Torres. We've had complications. The baby's facing the wrong way. We're going to have to do a Brown Cesario. Roll her over! The best thing about novelizations of music-heavy films, though, is that entire songs can be reduced to a single sentence.
Yeah, thank God.
Like this, one by one, the other campers joined in, adding to the beat and dancing and singing. Very descriptive. They were dancing and singing. Oh, okay, great. And the music director is called Dila Duke. Rockers hate him. And I really realised I wanted to kill everyone at this camp. I was thinking, these people are all so awful. They should all be put in a camp somewhere. And okay. Fine. And, look, here's an example of how horrible these people are.
Dee's reference to Camp Rock's huge last night singing competition brought cheers from the campers. Baron James, a 15-year-old with a reputation for mischief.
He had a slingshot in his back pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And a bandana.
Don't have a cow, man, said Baron James on his skateboard.
And Sander Lawyer, his best friend and partner in crime, started an impromptu jam.
No,
No,
Baron and Sander. Can you imagine that? Like, I've done event management. You're trying to describe to a group of kids what's going on, and then they start an impromptu jam while you're explaining the rules and stuff.
I mean, in all places, Camp Rock is the last place for impromptu jams.
It's a barren wasteland where you think about your life.
Exactly.
Choose a rock, everybody. Sit down.
Think about what we've done wrong.
Put your hand on your chin and think hard. So look, rock idol Shane Gray, the troublemaker, is being dumped at camp by his bandmates from Connect 3 against his wishes. He's very laughably referred to as the bad boy in the press. So, look, you've helped me justify what he did a bit. I understand that, but he's the bad boy in the press. Like, no one else is as bad as he. All those people, like, doing heroin in their eyeballs and stuff like that. No, this Starbucks incident really hit home. But yeah, he's basically, considering he's our sort of hero, he's a total douchebag, which I think is made all the worse because we know even just from looking at the cover that he's going to end up with the girl. Mm-hmm. So normally, like, these things are about the girl not ending up with the douchebag. But this is a douchebag foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Why do girls like douchebags, Violet? It's the hair?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Well, you're a person of discerning taste like myself. That's why you're a guest on the show. But, I mean, you've been around girls in high school situations. You've probably been on a camp.
Yes, I have. I think it's, the bad boy allure. And
Just,
that sort of sense of danger.
Not putting up with any dairy.
Yeah, no dairy.
No dairy. No dairy.
He doesn't care about calcium.
No dairy. I once tipped a cow. So author Lucy Ruggles, she hasn't injected much of her own personality or herself into this thing, but I thought this was cool. She does manage to correct the error in the film that really becomes clear when you read this thing in print. Shane shot him an icy glare. One word, payback. Hey, that's 2 words, Jason mistakenly pointed out. Yeah.
Very good.
She's like, look, I do churn out a lot of these books, but even I know that's wrong. Exactly. And look, I'll put the script down, but I'm going to point out that you are wrong. So what's for dinner? I think you know what's for dinner.
Mitchie stared at a large mound of cold, sticky minced beef on the kitchen counter. A stack of burgers was already piled high before her. She sighed and tore off another chunk of meat.
Very, it should be
graphic.
called camp meat,
Exactly.
really.
It's really graphic. No wonder Shane's a vegan, right?
Yeah, this is the sort of thing he's very much against. And this was odd. I don't know if this struck you. Mitchie's mom brings up the open mic night that's happening that night. Are you going to sing, she pressed?
Mitchie raised an eyebrow. In front of all those people? No way.
Then why the fuck did you want to go to Camp Rock if you don't want to sing? And you can't sing in front of a group. Why not just throw all that money away? It might have only cost them 25%, but still.
And imagine her mom as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she had to, do some things to get that catering gig. I mean, everyone wants to cater at Camp Rock.
She had to have a Cesario Brown. He was like,
Exactly.
yeah, I hear you're good with meat, missus. I can get your daughter in the camp at a reduced rate, but you're going to have to do a little favour for me, meat madam. So anyway, across camp, Shane had his mobile glued to his ear. That's foolish. And means he can't go swimming, he can't have a shower, he can't do anything.
I know.
I guess that's why he's got hair like that. Because there's no way you'd be able to tell that his phone was glued
Exactly, it's covered. It's
to his
perfect.
ear underneath.
Okay, I can't see his ears, and that's big enough for a 2008 mobile phone.
Oh, you could put one of those bricks under there, no problem. Then a group of girls go into an absolute frothing frenzy when they see Shane Gray.
There he is! The girls screeched, practically tearing their hair out. Shane! Shane! Sorry, it's such an Australian.
Shane!
Shane!
Shane, how you going, Shane? Oh, I'm a big bloody fan, you legend. Will you sign my wallaby? I tell you, will you sign my meat pie, Shane? No, that's the last thing you'd want to sign for a start. Yeah, I'm really beginning to realise I wrote him off as a douchebag until we've had this conversation, and now I just think he's living in a nightmare world, really. Like, women, can you imagine they're tearing tufts of their hair out in front of him? There's these patchy, bald, screaming
women
young
chasing
girls.
you.
Yeah.
You can't even hear them because you've got your mobile phone glued to your ear.
Yeah, very confusing. It's a terrain of just rocks. You know, everyone's knees are scraped. It's frightening. So Mitchie sings alone in the mess hall, not realising that Shane overhears her. Although he doesn't see her, but he does become entranced by her voice. And this is another great novel shortcut where a song is condensed into a sentence. It was a song about being more than what everyone sees, about finding your voice even when you're afraid. Done! That took like 5 seconds as opposed to the 3 minutes you would have to listen to the song. That's brilliant. Liking this already.
Me too.
And they meet Lola, who sings well and who has a mum on Broadway, but camp rock rules are brutal.
Caitlin nodded and leaned back against the wall. But kids around here don't care about that. It's all about the bling. That's why Tess runs this camp.
I'm beginning to doubt the effectiveness of this camp. This is a camp about music, which isn't about music. It's about bling.
Yeah.
Bling.
Bling.
Why don't they call it Camp Bling, if that's the case?
Exactly.
What a charade. What kind of business is Daisy LeDuc and...
Hold on. Bling is kind of like rock, though. Like, check out them rocks. Yeah. That's what it's saying.
Violet, you are solving all of these problems for me today. You are opening up my eyes.
So it is called Camp Bling.
It is. Very figuratively, it is. Did people say bling in 2008? I feel like that's an older thing. Bling.
Yeah, it is an older thing. You're right.
Bling. So Mitchie lies to Tess. Tess was the rich girl, if you've forgotten by now, about her family, claiming that her mother... So Mitchie says that her own mother, not a burger maker, not the meat madam, but is actually the president of Hot Tunes TV in China. So now all of our protagonists are douchebags, and Mitchie is now allowed to join the queen bees in their dorm. So, I don't know, everybody's dumb and a liar and a freak. It's pretty hard to...
It's human nature.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Like, you look at High School Musical, they were likeable. Zac Efron, he just liked basketball.
Yeah,
Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime.
Not in my country, not in America either.
No.
These colours don't run. Red, white and blue. Crying eagle. But, wait, this confused me. I need this explanation here.
Tess bit her manicured fingernails as she paced the Vibe cabin and waited on hold on her mobile.
The Vibe cabin.
Yeah.
Why do they call this all-girl cabin a Vibe cabin? Like, did they have to bring their own vibe?
I guess so.
Does the cabin vibrate? Is Tessa's rhinestone like everything else?
Yeah,
so many questions.
I'll meet you in the Vibe cabin.
Oh, you can join the Vibe cabin. You're not like these other young girls. You're more mature. We just talk about Jonas Bros.
Exactly.
In the Vibe cabin. And Tess shows her charm bracelet. Now, we should almost have rock, paper, scissors to say who's going to be recorded saying this sentence. Here we go. The loser has to say it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, scissors, card, paper. Totally blingalicious, Mitchie said as she continued to unpack. No. How can you like a character that says totally blingalicious?
You can't. You can't.
That's
well, she's kind of sold herself into being a fucking douchebag, and blingalicious just...
She sold her soul.
Yeah, exactly.
To hang out with some rich girls?
And use their vibrators?
In the Vibe cabin? That's trading your soul for a Vibe cabin? I'm not so sure. Look, the thing is, though, everybody in this book film says the dumbest, most cringeworthy crap. Impatiently, Andy began beating his desks with his drumsticks. Baron and Sander joined in. They were so caught up in the music, they didn't even notice Brown walk in. Whoa, he said, the sound hitting him. If the class is rockin', I'm glad I came knockin'. The kids laughed and everyone settled down.
No.
Yeah, like that's, that's having sex in a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, really.
For somebody in charge of a
children.
group of kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Really inappropriate.
And he's not saying, sorry to interrupt either. He's like, let me get in on this.
Maybe he says it, before he enters any dorm room or cabin. Or where is this? A cafeteria? I imagine everything's taken place in a cafeteria. Yeah, maybe he just says that.
If this cabin's vibrating, I'm glad I came. No, I can't do it.
Nothing.
Nothing. The thing is, this shows how honest I am with the listeners. I could edit anything in. I could think about it. I could go in the dictionary, rhyming dictionary, look it up, put it in. Would sound brilliant. I'm not going to.
We're nearly there.
I respect everybody too much. For a while, though, I honestly thought, Andy, the kid with the drumsticks.
Oh, yeah?
I thought he was like this savant that couldn't communicate, like he couldn't talk, and he only communicated through his drumsticks, like he talked through them. But no, apparently not. And did you notice as well that, when Shane Gray starts to help him to dance, because Andy's got no rhythm, everyone's like, oh, he's a really nice guy. Like, Mitchie's like, maybe I was wrong about it. Like, that's his job.
I know.
So weird. We're going to get to that bit anyway. But here's some out-of-context comedy corner. Can't argue with the finger, Brown teased. I like that. And Mitchie is in the kitchen when Shane Gray, the Shane Gray... do you think he's the younger brother of Christian Grey?
I think so. I think the vibe of this Camp Rock.
He's like, yeah.
There's too many shades of rock.
A lot of shades, yeah. I don't like to share, Miss Torres. She whips up a disguise because he comes in and nearly catches her in the kitchen. So she does the only thing she can do to disguise her face.
Panicking, Mitchie grabbed a handful of flour, squinched her eyes shut, and threw the white dust in her face.
Could have been worse, though. She could have been polishing some shoes or something when he came in. A little bit insensitive. And the film is 2008, and they are all writing letters home with pen and paper, even though it's been established like they have phones and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he has a mobile phone glued to his ear.
He's like a cyborg.
Exactly.
So what is this, a time camp? Does this camp exist in another, primitive time?
Having said that, you're very against pen and paper. I know this from knowing you.
I don't think it should be outlawed. I think the first time you do it...
People do it. They still do it.
Yeah, I'm not saying, you should get community service or something straight away. I just reckon the first time you do it, anyone around you should have permission to slap it out of your hand. And then, a couple of strikes. But yeah, I'm just worried if this is a time camp, all these kids are carrying around huge pieces of meat. I think someone's going to get attacked by a pterodactyl before this thing's through. Disney is still really obsessed, though, I noticed, with this is their message in every film. What's in there?
Brown gave his nephew a searching look. What happened to you, man? That guy on TV, that's not who you really are, he pointed to Shane's heart. In there.
What's in your heart, Shane Gray? That's where you find a man. Not in here or around there or over there. Podcast, they can't tell what I'm pointing at. They're very confused right now. But yeah, it's in your heart.
Yeah.
If you believe in something, it doesn't matter what your talent is or whatever. That's how people get, go on reality shows.
Finding themselves in there. Well,
because they believe in there that they're really good at things and that they're good people. And that's why they go, oh, you're all just jealous. Even though they've just been really terrible and that's why they were kicked out. And this is that bit. Shane takes a hip-hop class. He helps out Andy, the drummer, who can't dance. Hey, Shane said to Andy, gesturing to the stick still in the boy's pocket. You any good on the drums? So Shane's a detective as well, clearly.
Yeah, he's clever. He's pretty sharp. I mean...
Putting all the pieces together.
Yeah, exactly. These clues, cracking that code.
Hang on. Drumsticks. Drumsticks. Drum. Must be some kind of drum around. And a tree, too. What about this?
Across camp, the flames of a bonfire touch the starry night sky.
That fire is out of control! Call the fire department! That's terrifying! When the flames are licking the stars, you gotta put that into control. Under control. I got too excited by all that fire. I was in a panic. Where's Smokey the Bear when we need him? And do you notice they have first jam, they have campfire jam, they have final jam, they have so much jam. Do they have Jimmy Jams? I'm confused by all this jamming. I don't even know what the purpose of this camp is, I realised by this point. They have like maybe one vague lesson.
Yeah, it's not very organised. There's no real structure to it. There's the girls who are in their, vibe cabin.
Yeah, they're just doing whatever they want. And then it's all jams.
Yeah.
And Shane Gray is battling personal demons in pop star hell. This is what's happening inside of him right now.
Was that you singing? It was kind of different.
Than my usual cookie cutter pop star stuff, Shane asked sarcastically. The words the guys at the bonfire had said were echoing in his head. Sorry to disappoint. Is this supposed to be ironic? Like, isn't he known for doing cookie cutter pop star stuff?
Yeah, and I thought everyone liked him. That's why people were screaming and pulling out his hair,
And they want to win the final jam?
I guess so. I don't know.
To be with him, but then they were criticising him?
Yeah, they wanted him to go more alternative, indie, I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's why those chicks were so angry.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they passed Caitlin working on her laptop, absent-mindedly laying her legs into the aisle. Is she a cam girl now? Like, who is in control of this camp?
I don't like it.
Nobody is. It's out of control.
Exactly. I mean, impromptu jams and these webcam sessions.
I don't mind the odd jam, but keep it under control.
Yeah.
That's why we have jars.
I feel sorry for Mitchie's mum the most. I mean, she had to get a cesarean.
Yes, yeah, the most uncomfortable cesarean out of all of them.
And, she pulled so many strings to get this catering gig.
Yeah.
So she could get a discounted rate for Mitchie to go into camp. And then there's nothing. It's just a scam.
And it's endless as well. Do you notice this camp goes on for weeks? Yeah. It's just jam after jam. Exactly. I don't care how much you like jams. I reckon, after about the 7th jam, you're like, can't we just have a rest from the jam tonight? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we'll have a rest jam. And I'll shut up. I do like this image, though.
The next day, Mitchie found herself a bag full of crisps in hand, racing down one of the camp's path.
I like that they used found herself. Like, she suddenly started awake while running with a giant bag of crisps in the forest and had zero recollection of how she got there. Like, she was a food werewolf or something. Just had these, hankerings and wakes up surrounded by junk food. Mitchie and Shane, though, they start getting close.
Tessa's mouth dropped. Is that what I say? Tessa's.
Yes, Tessa's.
Tessa's mouth dropped open. Mitchie and Shane were in the middle of the woods together.
The bodies entwined, forming the beast with 2 backs. Difficult to see where one starts and one ends. Very sinister here.
Oh, yeah.
And then Caitlin starts a food fight. Wouldn't be a camp without a food fight.
Of course.
And has to work in the kitchen, which is gonna blow Mitchie's cover. I was more concerned about the Mother Connie's comment, though, which is, Brown wants to talk to me about next week. So again, this camp, multiple weeks. Yeah. Next week's campfire pig out.
What is that?
I know, they've been eating mountains of burgers, they've been eating tacos, they've been eating cookies. So what does their pig out consist of? Like, they've been pigging out the whole time. That means they're gonna, even more. And they're just gonna, fill themselves with as much food.
Maybe it's all those things together. Everything combined into one. Maybe it's like a taco burger cookie.
Yeah, like a big turducken kind of thing.
Oh, and they deep fry it and they'll have a pig.
They've got to put it in a trough.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody eats at a trough.
Exactly.
And Mitchie's mother stands there naked in the moonlight with pig's blood all over her face. And unveils the trough and they all just go for it. And of course, Caitlin discovers the truth about Mitchie. You're the cook's daughter, she said incredulously. She's your mum. Oh, this is rich. But apparently you're not. Damn! I know! God, class warfare.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was her friend.
Exactly. What is Camp Rock, Camp Bling?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And Shit, they actually are having a pajama jam. I was joking about that, but their next jam is a pajama jam. They have too many jams, and when I started reading about it, pajama jam totally sounds like a Hefner party. Like they're all just in dressing gowns and robes, and hey, Mr. Brown, come back to Vibe Cabin. Who's your favourite Jonas brother? Yeah. Here is a tip that will help you win your next argument.
Tess made an elaborate hand gesture. She put up 3 fingers and, waving her wrists, formed W, E, M, and L.
Okay, what is that? Caitlin asked.
She said, "Whatever, major loser," Ella explained proudly.
Whatever, major loser. So everyone at home, do this. A W, an E.
Oh, you can do it.
E?
Yeah, it's easy.
W-E-M.
Oh, yeah.
L.
So you go W-E-M-L.
This would be great if we were video, but yeah, try that at home. Violet did the W, E, and M in 3 easy moves, same fingers. Very impressive. How about this? Connie entered holding a large cookie with a hole in the centre. Do these look like records? She asked hopefully. Huh? Mitchie grunted, confused. I mean CDs, Connie corrected herself, for the 21st century. Try again, Mom. How about, do these cookies look like MP3s? Speaking of clueless mums, at Comic-Con on the weekend, favourite overheard mum doing her best comment was, "Oh, look, it's an Ewok from Gremlins."
Oh my god. That's excellent. From Gremlins.
Yeah, an Ewok from Gremlins.
You know why they call Gremlins? Gremlins?
No.
You know why it's not called Ewok?
Yeah, no, it's an Ewok from Gremlins. That crossover they did in the 80s.
Wait, what was it? Was it an Ewok?
It was a Mogwai.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, so she just...
So, Mitchie is now feuding with popular girl Tess, and Shane has got this weird Cinderella thing going. Did you pick that up?
Yeah, I
this
did.
idea that the girls are all auditioning
I guess
for him.
it's Disney and...
They've got 2
Yeah,
stories.
exactly.
The other one's cars. None of these people had wheels or doors, so they went with the Cinderella one. And he tries to find the mystery girl who's got the voice. But don't worry about that. There's a photo section. We got to have a look at that. And really, for me, it's just a gallery of douchey haircuts. There's a certain palette as well to Disney films. Like, they're very colourful, the clothes that everybody wears.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it's colourful in a, Target, Kmart, catalogue,
Everything's like a block colour. Like, this person's red, this person's blue, this person's...
exactly. It's block
yellow.
coloured. But they're all very similar as well.
And so you just vaguely tell them apart.
Yeah.
It's hard when you see this last picture of Shane and Mitchie together. If it wasn't for the height difference, I would have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Yeah. I like her boots, though. So basically, it's impossible at this point to care about Mitchie's internal struggle.
Who am I kidding, Mitchie thought. Shane would never forgive me if he found out I was just like all the other liars and fakes.
So do we really care? Like, if a fake liar ends up with a total douche? That's what's on the cards here. This isn't like bloody Troy and Vanessa Hudgens or anything. This is a couple of dummies. And then another day, another jam. From the wings, Nate and Jason walked onto the stage, instruments in hand. Although it hadn't seemed possible, the crowd went even wilder. The noise were ear-splitting, so these are the other 2 Jonas brothers. All the Jonases are in the house. And Tess forces Mitchie to tell her painful secret about her mom in front of everybody.
Mitchie was almost in tears. "She's a cook," she said, wanting to swallow the words.
And you'd think that Shane would defend her, but instead he gets angry and he yells at her and he leaves. He's like, "You fucking son of a baker, you dirty chef blood, you filthy kitchen child, be gone!" But I guess now we know about all his food allergies.
Exactly.
That's his enemy, isn't it? Yeah. A cook, that's his worst nightmare. Should be making all this food that he can't eat, stinking up the house. Terrible. And Tess gives a hell about being the daughter of the cook in the mess hall. And I gotta say, that's a dumb move. Like, I don't care how rich and popular you are, you don't piss off the kitchen staff.
Of course,
like,
common
Tess,
sense.
Yeah, she's gonna get served a plate of stew with a shit in it. Yeah. Not a good idea. And then, this was weird too. Tess hides her bracelet in a cookbook and tells Brown that Mitchie nicked it. And Brown, believes her. There's no proof. You'd think he would have some sense of what these girls are like and the dynamics, plus Mitchie's mother's his staff member.
Exactly. And plus, it's America. I mean, shouldn't, Mitchie deserve to go through the process of camp law?
Yeah, last time I checked, it was truth, justice.
Exactly.
In the American way.
Innocent.
Until proven. Yeah, absolutely. As long as you're white in America.
And she is.
And she is, so that's fine. Otherwise, she'd run off and get shot in the back.
Yeah, that's...
It's very dark. But she gets banned from participating. This is the punishment you put on a pretty white girl who steals. She's banned from participating in anything until after Final Jam.
I mean, that sounds kind of like a reward, if anything.
Yeah. So many jams. You can afford to skip one.
Fuck.
Finally, Final Jam is about to jam. If we said jam enough, jam.
Mitchie and Caitlin were busy with another task, filling up ketchup containers, as if missing out on Final Jam wasn't punishment enough.
I know, these girls are really doing it hard, aren't
I
they?
know.
Yeah, I stole from somebody, but I got to fill up these ketchup containers. It took me all of 3 minutes, and I am pissed.
2 of them.
And yet the other Jonas Brothers turn up again.
Then he pulled the 2 other guys into a big hug. He had missed the band being together, but after tonight, they could go back to rocking again.
Rocking and crying in a dark corner together, I'm not sure. Now, this year, the Final Jam winner will not only get a Camp Rock trophy, Brown pause for effect. He or she will get a sweet prize, a chance to record with a chance as well, it's not even guaranteed, a chance to record with my nephew, pop star Shane Gray. Once again, the crowd cheered, but now the sounds of girls shrieking were mixed in. This is a music camp. Trust me, there are boys that are shrieking there as well at this idea. Not just the ladies. I thought that was a little bit naive, Lucy Ruggles. This is dumb.
Hold up your glow sticks when you hear a song you like. Everyone waved their bright wands in the air. Alright, let's kick it into overdrive and get this jam rocking.
That's going to be the new way I start the podcast. Alright, let's kick it into overdrive and get this jam rocking. So look, Tess fucks her act up. She slips, she runs away. Baron James, Sander Lawyer, and the Hasta La Vista crew do a hot reggaeton number. I don't know what that is. It's a ton of reggae.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, exactly.
Peggy, also now known as Margaret Dupree for reasons that I couldn't understand, who was supposed to be Tessa's backup, does a solo and just blows everybody the fuck away. She's brilliant. And then, because now it's the end of Final Jam, that thief kitchen waif Mitchie is allowed to perform. It was a loophole.
Closing her eyes, Mitchie sang her song loud and clear. She sang what she had trouble saying, that she was so much more that meets the eye, and that she had found her dream, and there was no way she would let it go ever again.
Found the dream. Plus she's more than meets the eye, so who is she? Like Optimus Prime? I found that very confusing. And Shane realises that this is his dream girl, so he gets up and sings with her, and singing has a powerful kind of healing power, because...
in that moment, all the lies and all the pretending were forgiven.
Yeah,
Aww.
So all those things, they didn't talk it out, they didn't solve any of it, but they sang a song together, and now everything's a-okay. And Margaret Dupree wins Final Jam instead of Mitchie, so that was kind of cool. And Tess admits that she lied about the bracelet, so she lied to punish a liar.
Yep,
And
fight fire with fire,
yeah,
I get it.
that's how you get those stars scorched. And Shane asks Mitchie if she's up for a canoe ride later, which got to be another euphemism, right?
Well, he is the nephew of Cesario Brown.
Yeah, that's right. He's got a little man in that canoe that he's going to be spending equal amount of time with. And the ending, here we go, we got there. Final Jam jammed. Okay, everybody, Brown called one more time from the Camp Rock stage. Final Jam is over, and you know what that means? The Final Jam session. I'm not making that up.
Let's kick it, yelled Dee.
A mix of music filled the air. It was rock and roll, pop, R&B, reggae, country, opera, folk, heavy metal, all rolled into one, just like Camp Rock, and it sounded fucking terrible, I imagine.
I know, exactly. The campers swarmed the stage, even Mitchie and Shane. It was a full-on party, and they stood in the midst of it all, dancing and singing together. As the music swirled around them, Shane bent down and kissed Mitchie on the cheek. Blushing, Mitchie knew one thing for sure. Camp Rock rocked.
Fuck off. That's someone going, how do I end this Camp Rock book? Camp Rock rocked. There. Done.
You gotta...
Give me my check. Well, there we go. That was Camp Rock. Pretty amazing. Got to ask you, as I always do, was the book better?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, the book was better. Well, apart from the... How many pages is it? Apart from the picture spread of the Jonas Brothers, we don't have to look at Jonas Brothers.
That's very true.
And we also don't have to listen to singing. I don't know. I'm that person, like, I don't mind singing sometimes. Like, I'm that person who didn't really care about, you know, The Simpsons singing, or...
Yeah.
I don't mind it. But yeah, I couldn't handle this, Luke. I couldn't handle it with the movie, the film. It was hard.
I think, Violet, you're right again. I'm going to go with the book as well. Because it had some pretty funny lines in there as well.
And the fact that she corrected...
corrected a mistake.
Yeah, perfect.
And correct grammar is what I want more than anything. Now, here's a real treat. There are some reviews on Goodreads and Amazon. I'm going to do the Amazon one first. Camp Rock is about the music and dance moves to express their lives and feelings. If you want the book, you get the book at the bookstore. See ya. See ya at the bookstore, presumably. I think that's really handy. You're already on Amazon Books and you're like going, how do I order this thing? Where do I... And you're going, this is really complicated. Exactly. And then you look at the reviews going, has anybody got any advice for me on how I should do this? And they go, you want the book? Get it at the bookstore. And you're like, of course! And you you do that the next day. All right, here we go. Look, these are special. This book is a good life lesson for everyone. This book is about a girl, Mitchie. She wanted to go to this camp, and when she has the opportunity to do that, she makes new friends, and she wanted to be popular, but when she lies to make new friends, that lie will come back to hunt her. Like a wolf. Like the predator. I learned from this book you should never lie to someone to make friends. Make friends by telling the truth. This is all a movie. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to learn a lot here.
I don't know if I can read these. These are so funny.
I'll read. I think this book is a good book. It's interesting and a funny book. If you like rock music, you will like it, but it's a long book. The book is about a girl that wants to go to Camp Rock, but she don't want her friends to know because they will make fun of her. That's not what this book is about. Not at all. This isn't about a girl hiding the fact that she wants to go to Camp Rock from her friends. I know it's a long book.
Well, she doesn't have any friends. Wasn't that... Well, no. The person obviously didn't read Camp Rock.
Poor comprehension. There's a lot of these.
Get out of here.
I like this book, but I like the movie better. The movie shows when and how I think that you get a pick in your head when you're reading. After you watch the movie, you can name parts. It is really cool. Okay, that one, just let that one settle with you for a while and it'll make sense. I really only bought this book to see pictures of Joe Jonas. It was one of my favourite movies when I was about 13, but now I see how stupid it is. I regret buying this book.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, but bitter. Bitter much. This one's almost like a poem. I loved this book. It was really good. I also loved the movie. I thought that it was cool how the movie was the same as the book. It's perfect structure. It's like one thing, a statement about a second thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then bring them both together as one.
It is. That's a really good, I guess, like, sentence structure, paragraph structure.
Yeah.
And a good argument. Like, the next sentence supports the previous sentence.
And, like, about 12 exclamation marks and 4 smiley faces just to drive that one home. 2 more. This one. I want this book too. I love Joe's hair in this movie. It looks ugly when it's curly, you know. Leave the curly to Nick. Curly's Nick's department. So there we go.
Which one's which?
I have no idea. And this is the final one. This already will give the award for best comment of the year. I can't imagine. This is a review of the book, Camp Rock. All caps. I love Nick Jonas, but can't marry him since he is not circumcised. There we go.
Stars.
Yeah. If he hasn't had a bit of his penis cut off, the marriage is also off.
Maybe it's
Circumcised.
circumcised.
Yeah. Or circumcised. Wow. All right. Well, look. Please listen to the other shows. FP Cast every Monday, ScarJo A Go-Go on Thursdays, Star WTF on Wednesdays. You can find it all at www.fruitlesspursuits, as well as links to our Facebook discussion threads. And we're also on www.geekvision.tv, so you can find all that stuff. Let's hear from you, rate, review, etc., etc. Thank you. And more importantly, thank you, Violet.
Thank you.
For helping pitch a tent at the old Camp Rock.
Oh, it was really fun. It's funny.
Sitting around the old campfire, the massive, dangerous campfire, and listening to Brown tell his stories.
Some jams, some rocks.
Yeah, very, very cool. I think we've learnt a lot.
I have.
Yeah, and we've learnt that, some people have it hard because of food allergies.
And some people are circumcised.
Some people are, or are or aren't, or, yeah. What were you telling me about the Jonas Brothers? Didn't they...
Oh, yeah, they have, what is it, like chastity rings, or,
And that's like a vow, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it is.
saying, I will not have sex.
Until I'm married, and I think all three of them had these rings.
Did they have them removed later? They still have them?
One of them's married with a kid.
Oh, okay, that's all right. He can take his
And
off.
he had a reality TV show too, just so you know.
He can switch that for a wedding ring. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I think maybe you could turn it over once.
It says, you did it, guy. You roll it around. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I wouldn't be surprised if he really does have food allergies, and that was just something that maybe I wasn't aware of and was a little bit insensitive about.
Yeah. I guess there's this stigma that comes with vegans as well, People sort of tend to judge them.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Be open about it. People have allergies. People can do what they want, I reckon. If he wants a soy chai latte, listen. You don't know what's best for him.
You don't think it's hypocritical, though, that vegans are really sort of, steadfast in their beliefs, etc., but they themselves are made of meat?
Yeah,
I find that a little bit. It's like, well, you're kind of...
right, yeah, exactly.
Kind of pretty meaty yourself there, pal.
It's I get that.
Yeah. A mystery. Thanks again, Violet. I won't
Sorry if I'm a vegetable.
I won't drag this important discussion that I'm forcing you into out any longer. Thanks, everyone, and we'll catch you next week. Oh, no, there's a thing. We got to say the thing. You can say the thing. Catch you on the flips.
Catch you on the...